You know how K-pop idols seem to always be on the edge of greatness with their unique concepts and themes? Well, there's one strange K-pop phenomenon that most people aren't aware of: the curse of the number in a group's name. This weird trend has impacted so many idols, but surprisingly, only a few have managed to escape it. Now, we're talking about the K-pop curse that happens when a group's name doesn't match the number of members in the group. Sounds odd, right? But stick with me because it's more common than you think. In K-pop, the group name is often a huge part of a group's identity. It's used to help the group stand out and make it easier for fans to find them online. So, when a company is deciding on a group's name, they often base it on the number of members they plan to debut with. For example, a group might be named 5, 6, or 7 based on the number of members in the lineup. But here's where the curse comes in: what happens when the group loses or gains members after their debut? The name, which was supposed to be so perfect, suddenly becomes outdated and inaccurate. It's like being stuck with a label that doesn't fit anymore. That's exactly what has happened to several K-pop groups over the years. Take LUN8, for example. They debuted with 8 members, but just recently they announced that one of their members was leaving, reducing the group to 7. So now, the group name doesn't really match the reality anymore, and they aren't the only ones. Let's talk about Fromis9. They originally debuted with 9 members, but now they've got 8, meaning their name doesn't quite reflect their current lineup either. Then there's Day6, who started as a 6-member group, but now they're down to 4. Again, their name doesn't really align with their current situation. And don't even get me started on Ghost9, another group that started with 9 members, but now they have 7. Their name, not quite fitting anymore. Can you imagine how weird that must feel for the fans? It's like you're attached to a name that doesn't match the reality, and it's a constant reminder that change is inevitable in the K-pop world. But here's where it gets interesting. While most groups who've experienced this curse didn't survive it, there are some who managed to break the cycle. Now let's focus on the shining examples, the groups that beat the curse and have held on to their original group name even with the members staying the same. First up, 8-Turn. This group debuted in 2023, and guess what? They're still going strong with all 8 original members, just like their name suggests. That's rare. Not many groups get to keep their name intact through the years, so we have to give props to 8-Turn for defying the odds. Next, let's talk about Hori 7 On. This group has been defying expectations since their debut. Despite their name being linked to the number 7, they've managed to keep all 7 members and are still rocking their lineup. What's even cooler is that they're active both in Korea and the Philippines, which gives them even more exposure. It's amazing to see a group stick together in the highly competitive K-pop industry where changes in membership happen frequently. But of course, the ultimate example of a group that survived the curse has to be GOT7. These guys are legends. Not only have they surpassed the infamous 7-year curse, but they've also managed to keep their group together even after leaving their original agency, JYP Entertainment. And get this, they've made it to their 11th anniversary. They've proven that with enough dedication and hard work, nothing can break them apart. Now, some people might argue that it's just a coincidence that these groups have been able to keep their names and member count intact. But when you look at the bigger picture, it seems like there's something special about these groups. It's like they were meant to survive this curse, and their fans have certainly played a huge role in supporting them through all the challenges. And what about the groups that didn't make it? What's next for them? Is there any hope for them to overcome their number curse, or are they stuck with a name that no longer reflects who they are? Could we see more groups like 8-Turn, Hori 7 On, or GOT7 breaking the curse in the future? You know, with a constant reshuffling of K-pop groups, it's hard to predict what will happen. But one thing's for sure, this curse is a unique phenomenon that not many people are aware of. Some groups can ride it out, while others just can't escape it. Who knows? Maybe the next big K-pop group will surprise us by keeping their name and member lineup intact for years to come. What do you think about this K-pop curse? Do you think it's something that every group faces, or do you think it's just an unavoidable part of the industry? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and let us know if you've ever noticed this happening with any other groups.